What up, everybody on a Wednesday, A2HH Live. We got Position in the building. What's going
What
on with
up,
everybody, man?
man? Marinating. How y'all feeling over there?
Oh, man, we good, man. What's going on with you over there, Coop?
I'm
Yeah,
good,
I'm
man.
cool.
I'm chilling. How y'all doing?
All
Doing
good.
great.
How y'all New Year's?
Happy New Year to everybody,
Happy
too.
New Year. Yeah.
We,
All good.
we could
All
jump
good.
right into it, man. I know you were
Right.
just telling us, Position, how you hooked up with Bone Thugs and Harmony. Bone Thugs
Yeah.
and Harmony's DJ, and many of y'all might recognize him from the Versuz stage as well. And yeah, just tell the people briefly, just how you hooked up with Bone Thugs and Harmony.
Yeah. So, um, I met Crazy Bone long time ago through a female named Tanya Duche, and she was running Rap Page magazines, and I was trying to get my music and all that shit featured on there, and we linked up, and then when when she heard the music, she just looked and was like, really impressed, and that she kept telling me I know Crazy Bone, and we good friends, whatever, and I was like, all right, cool. And the next day, she brought him to the studio, him and Keith G, and we said what's up, shit like that, and it got done real quick, and was like, where the music at? So I just started pressing play. By the time I got to track number 2, that's when we ended up doing a song called "Welcome to the Alley." We worked on it the same day we met. We actually finished the song the next day, and we actually lost contact
Mm.
because I was arguing with my ex chick at the time and shit. Nigga got caught up fucking with different broads, whatever. And but it was like, yeah, I'm gonna take all this equipment, and I helped you buy it and all that. So I was like,
uh,
whatever. Got mad, threw my motherfucking phone in the wall, cracked my shit, and lost contact with him for like almost a year. And keep Crazy Bones looking for a nigga and shit. Eventually, fast forward, we ended up linking up, and here we are.
Damn, that was meant to happen.
Facts.
That was meant to happen. Go ahead, Coop.
No, I mean that's just like a great story. I was thinking what you were thinking. That's one of those things that's meant to be. And I was thinking every brother probably has like a crazy chick story that's kind of comparable to the one Position just gave to.
Oh, man, at that time, I was really living that situation. Um, I was fucking with 2 different bros, and then I thought I had another broad pregnant, which was like the 3rd or the 4th chick I was fucking with, and finally got caught up. Dumbass came to the house with a monkey bite on my neck, and that turned into a big ass argument and all that shit.
This is great stuff. No. That's great. I love the backstory behind it. So I want to know, like, what's some of your more memorable times with Bone? Like, are there any shows or any like moments that really stand out to you where you're like, oh no, like I'm a part of like history, like part of hip hop history by being with this group at this time with this moment?
Um, it happens all the time, honestly.
Oh,
You know, like it's not like a more memorable moment. I feel like for me, it keeps getting bigger and bigger until eventually I can do what I do as position. Um, I've been blessed, man. I can't complain. We all go through like ups and downs, like normal human beings do. But for the most part, I've been blessed to be a part of a lot of big situations, from the hip hop fest to a whole lot of the Once Upon a Time in L.A., Once Upon a Time in Long Beach, and we can keep going, to being able to DJ and be a part of when they did the hologram for Easy E,
Oh,
and and to step down and watch DJ Yella do his thing while they did the whole For the Love of Money and all that other shit. You know what I'm saying? Like just being able to be a part of all of that, man, and all the way up to the verses. You know what I'm saying? And all of it's good memories, and being able to travel. I think fucking with Bone. I think I done covered like 17 different countries.
oh wow.
You know, and not just having to only be a DJ to be out there performing as well. Whether, you know what I'm saying, it's a couple hundred for myself, or, you know, me being able to perform in front of like 8,000-9,000 motherfuckers by myself. You know, just opening up for them and shit. So and you know, it's still happening.
So how did you hear about the? I guess what's the backstory with the verses? Because I know originally, right, Crazy Bone and DJ Paul were gonna do it, and I know we were even covering that like right when that happened, and it got called off last minute, and then it revamped like a year later. Like, what's the whole backstory with the 3-6 and Bone verses? I guess for people that don't know, and like, when did you find out like it was official?
But this time, we found out it was official probably like a couple weeks before this shit happened. You feel me? But yeah, we when the pandemic shit started, there was a conversation. Y'all the first people that's gonna hear about this, so I'm gonna just let it out. There was a conversation that me and the homie Kane had over the phone. And I remember it like it was motherfucking yesterday, because my brother had just got stabbed by his bitch on July 4th. So July 5th, I'm outside. You know, they won't let nobody inside the hospital. So I'm outside. We just talking or whatever. I'm just chilling. And I'm on the phone with him. And we talking about the whole verses and all that. And me and Kane get to talking. And I don't remember which one of us it was. And motherfuckers was like, you know what? We need to do a versus with Bone and 3-6, because the Life Apparel is cool with 3-6. They do business as far as merch and shit like that. And, you know, Crazy Bone is doing an album with DJ Paul. And so, you know, we're like, man, that should be dope as fuck. And, you know, it's like, man, you need to call this person, you need to call that person. We just started doing our little calls. And, you know, whatever happened, it didn't happen for a reason. But then you get in to the hands of somebody as powerful as Steve Lobel to make them connections happen. And, you know, fast forward to 2021, or December, whatever it was, December 2nd or some shit. It turned out wonderful. So it turned out crazy.
Oh, definitely.
So for really making it happen.
So you said y'all only really got word 2 weeks before. So like, how much practice time did you guys get in, and was Busy active in the practice sessions, if there were like some that were able to like get in? Because 2 weeks isn't a lot of time to like, you know, get something of that magnitude together. I mean, it is, but it isn't, if you ask me.
Busy was definitely active in the rehearsal. We had probably like a week, you know what I'm saying, to rehearse, like, you know what I'm saying? So like a few days and shit, but everything turned out, you know, pretty dope. Just, you know, seeing everybody together and shit.
No, I was only asking because Busy is all often like separated from the group, like by the media and in the media's eyes. And so even with like the circumstances that happened with it, it's something that kind of separated himself from the group again. So I just wanted to know what the cohesion was like, you know, prior to like the show and the build up to, obviously.
Yeah, like I said, man, I mean, whatever they do together or separate, you know what I'm saying? That's on them. But when it came to this, and it came being a part of it, Busy was part. So, you know what I'm saying? Whether it's him being there or him calling me, like, what's the play, or this is what I want to do. You know, him calling, you know, other members of the group, you know what I'm saying? Us having calls on Zoom and shit like that. Like, you know, everybody was pretty active with each other.
Good.
And, you know what I'm saying, putting their input on what they wanted to do and shit like that.
One of the questions I had as a fan and watching it, because we covered it live like the night it happened, right? The Versuz.
Yeah.
And I know when 3-6 came out there, what did they open up with? They opened up with Who Run It, I believe. And it was like 5 verses that got put down, right? And I was thinking like just structurally, right? And because I know you DJ at the event, I'm thinking like, okay, well, what's the time constraints here? Because you know with verses, they normally cut you off like after the first verse. And so I didn't know if like just from a viewer standpoint, if everybody was able to get all this stuff in, or was there like a specific time constraint, for each round? Because it seemed like it was kind of like a free for all at first.
Yeah. We were literally supposed to have anywhere from 90 seconds to 2 minutes.
Okay.
There was songs that I was like, no, we need to do this, do that. But, they were literally told at the time, like, no, do this or they're going to cut it off. Just like you said. So I was like, all right, cool. So the tricky part is that there is 5 members in the group.
Mm-hmm.
And how do we get everybody to get their verses in 90 seconds to 2 minutes? So, all right, we're going to do Busy and Wish on this song. We're going to do Cray on this song. We're going to do this or whatever. And, once they say, all right, that's what it is, that's what it is. And, I had a feeling that niggas was going to do old songs and shit like that. But, we just try to stay within the guidelines and shit like that. So it was what it was.
Well, let me ask you something kind of to follow up with that. So, like Mike and I kind of like talked about it, like with the verses, previewing it, and after, like one of the toughest things was that there was 5 members, and it was kind of like, were y'all in a situation where it's like, are we going to pick the people's like favorite verse from these songs and have that person go to kind of give them their run? Like for me, like East 1999 is one of Bone's like best records, but the last verse, that's Wish at the end, right? The last verse,
Yeah.
Like that's the showstopper on there for me. So it's like I would want to hear that verse on that record. So what was like the decision making process like in terms of like picking verses? Because one of the great things about Bone is the fact that like mostly everybody's on every song together. So you got a lot of verses to cover.
Yeah, exactly. Like I said, that's the tricky part when it comes to like time and coming to who's going to do what, because, it's like, okay, Craig did 4 verses. Like you get 20 songs, Craig did 4 verses. This person did 5 verses. This person did 3. And it's like, okay, we have to divide that up by, however many. And then when you got songs like that, one verse is like damn near a minute long already.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So we already taking it in the fact like, damn.
If you do the hook.
And you can't cut them in half either. You know what I mean?
And East 99 don't have a fucking hook until the end of the song.
Right. That's what I mean. If I were to hear that, I would just want to hear his verse and then the hook at the end. That's about 2 minutes.
Yeah. And that's pretty dope that you wanted to hear Wishbone's verse and then the hook. You feel me? So
yeah,
and like that's the tricky part of like would want to hear what.
Right. That's what I mean. It was like, did y'all just kind of like go with like, like personal like vibe within the crew, or was it more like People's Choice Awards type of thing, like with it?
Everything.
Both.
Everything was a group decision.
Okay.
And with that being said, to piggyback off of that, everybody had something to say about the fact that they didn't hear First of the Month. Like, what's the story behind, First of the Month not being in the verses for Bone?
Just a lot going on. Mm-hmm. And with the people on the side, it was like, okay, we got 6 left. All right, we got from 6 went to like 4, then 4 went to like we got 3, then 3 went to we got 1 left, and it's like, oh shit, wait a minute, hold up. So that's
okay. So I guess that goes back to what Mike was saying earlier, though. It seemed to all of us watching that 3-6 was getting to perform like full songs. So was somebody from the crew like, hey, like we need to like we need to get these off,
Nah. On that never crossed anybody's mind. Like we need to get full songs off. That part nobody said nothing about.
Okay.
We need to get off.
Because I mean, yeah,
it would have been dope. It would have been dope, and you know, I wanted to. A couple people was like, "Nigga, you should have just pulled out this song and that song." Like, you know, I didn't want to cut off Thuggish Ruggish Bone. That full song was ready to play. You feel me?
I mean, First of the Month might be like Bone's like most full and notable song where you might want to run through the whole song. I think that's why it kind of seemed like Mike and I talked about it. It's tough even deciding who has the best verse on that song because everybody's so great on there. And so it makes you think, let's run that record because they ran some of their records.
I mean,
and it's, you know what's great about that? The fact that by the song not even getting played, the song ended up being #1 on Trilla's Billboard.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? So everything has its way of working itself out.
You know that.
You know what I'm saying? Even whether the song didn't get played or whatever people want to say, you know what I'm saying? And I told a couple people, I take the hit on that. It's whatever. Like, everybody's going to look at the DJ no matter what happens. But it's just crazy because of that song not being played. Everybody went and fucking looked for the song and played the shit. So,
like you said, though, it was a group decision. Like, I don't think any verses is like on the DJ completely. Like, I mean, all of y'all collectively came together and had a game plan. So, yeah, I don't think that's fair that they want to put that on the DJ. But
I mean, it's cool. I ain't tripping. I'll be the bad guys. Whatever. You know.
Were there any? Go ahead.
Now, what up?
No, go ahead.
Nah, I was about to say, like, a couple of us wanted to match energy with, you know, songs that they played. And, you know, a couple of us was like, you know what, let's just stick to the script and you know, whatever else. And, you know, just everything played out the way it played out, man. It was just crazy how the shit ended off. But
well, that's funny that you say that because that's kind of what I was going to ask you was that did y'all stick to the script or did y'all call any audibles based on what they were playing?
No, we ended up calling a couple audibles after Busy Bone walked off stage.
Okay.
That's when some of the audibles happened.
Okay.
You feel me? You know, after the whole situation went down, you know, everything, you seen how the stage just got real packed real quick, full of niggas and shit like that. So, like, fuck, we just gonna get back to the music. And, you know what I'm saying? It would have been dope to play First of the Month right there. It would have been dope to play a few songs. I had probably at least like a good 10 bangers just in the cut.
Shoot 'em up.
I had Shoot 'em Up. I had Everyday Thing.
Everyday Thing,
yep.
Yes.
Everyday Thing's me and Mike's favorite Bone record.
Yeah, it's my favorite Bone record.
Or before we started the actual work, all of including Hers doing an a cappella version of Me Killer.
You know, speaking of which, I think Everyday Thing would have been another one that I would have loved to heard him just the way he started it off on that song. Like, he set that up. He set that song off.
Those are his two best verses to me, Mike. His verse on Everyday Thing and the verse on East 1999.
I like him on Mo Murder and First of the Month too, actually. But
yeah, he got some stuff. They can all spit. I think one of the things that the verses really did expose for Bone in a good way is how dope they all are as MCs. Like it reminded me, I'm like, oh yeah, these guys all can rhyme their ass off, and their breath control is amazing.
Right.
You know.
Right.
So that was like one of those things that was like revealing about it. Like artistically speaking, it's like, oh yeah, them dudes can really rhyme, and it like takes talent to be able to hold your breath and weave on it like that. You know. So that was like the thing about it.
All facts.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it finally came together. We've been waiting on it for like a year and a half, so. You know, it definitely exceeded expectations altogether. I didn't know what to expect from 3 6's in. And so with them bringing Terrence Howard and all that out, that really wasn't, you know, where I was coming from with it from a 3 6 fan standpoint.
You know what's crazy, bro? Not to cut you
No,
off.
go ahead.
I expected it, but I distinctively like remember niggas asking like, what if they play Hard Out Here for a Pent? And I was like, nigga, them niggas better not even think about playing that song unless they bring Terrence Howard out. And that motherfucker dropped that.
I think what it was too, like for them, it kind of showed that they had they changed so much, and I think with Bone's track list and the verses, it showed everything that Bone fans wanted to hear. Because I'm a fan of both groups, right? But it's certain 3-6 stuff that I'm really not that much of a fan of. And they played that stuff. And it was like, yeah, I like the fact that Bone did stick with, the Bone culture.
Right. Yeah, being there, you would have had to hear like the crowd's reaction.
And what was the crowd's reaction like?
Being on YouTube and IG Live, it's a different feel, different reaction. And, everybody could just comment on what they see on camera, and they try to hear the crowd's reaction, but they ain't going to be able to hear everything like that.
What was the crowd like?
But like when it was time to do certain songs, you heard the crowd singing word for word. You know what I'm saying? Like when that I Don't Give a Fuck came on, shit went bananas.
You know what? Coop brought that song up. He knew that song had to be played, and yeah, that was a good one. That was one I wasn't thinking of off top. And that's crazy, me being from Atlanta too.
Yeah, it's a banger.
Yeah, it's a super banger, man. And there was a few songs where it's like you literally heard when Buddha Lovers came on, bro. Before the shit happened, when Buddha Lovers came on, the crowd was singing word for word.
Somebody in the chat said Bone had home court advantage when it came to the crowd.
Well, that's what everybody said.
Yeah.
At the same time.
Hold on, Position. I got like a hip hop head question for you, right quick. Since we got you here, what's the better weed smoker song, Buddha Lovers or Bud Smokers Only?
For me, Buddha Lovers.
Yeah, me too. And I love Bud Smokers Only.
I'm Bud Smokers Only, but yeah.
For me, Buddha Lovers, because
it's the end of Bud Smokers Only that gets me. With Crazy.
Yeah.
Where he's ad-libbing, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that whole, Earth, Wind, and Fire Reason sample's dope too. So yeah, but I think the whole thing, like not Bud Smokers Only, Buddha Lovers, I had never heard nothing like that at the time in hip hop. I mean, taking myself back to the time when it came out, I ain't never heard anything like that.
No, that's true. No, those are facts.
And just speaking as a DJ on that part, just the reaction, crowd patient. You know what I'm saying? It gets them every time and shit, because it's like a fucking weed anthem. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So,
All right.
I remember there being like this mythical notion that there was a video for Buddha Lovers. This is back in like 95, 96. I didn't actually see that video until YouTube came about. But it was one of those things where people had said that there was a video that exists for it, and it actually did. It was like, nah, nigga, you lying. You didn't see that video. It actually existed.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. But before we get up out of here, man, is there anything you want to, leave the audience with? I know you can say y'all might be about to hit the road.
Yeah, no, we hopefully this motherfucking pandemic shit don't fuck everything up. You know what I'm saying? We're supposed to be on the road again, doing some a couple shows this month, a few shows in February. I got another album about to drop called Built for It All, and I got another album dropping out, coming out this summer and shit. I don't want to say the name of that yet, but it's dope as fuck. Just working, man. That's it. And I'm doing some other shit that's like, I'm just full of surprise.
Well, yeah, definitely come back and holler at us when the albums drop too, and you know what I'm saying, we can talk about those too.
Facts. Got to, man.
Appreciate course, it. Man. Of course. You got anything, Coop, before we get out of here?
No, I just want to thank you for coming on and talking to us, giving us some insight. It was really good talking to you. It was great, Yeah.
Yeah, all day, man. When I come back out y'all way, man. Hopefully I'll be back turned up with a couple drinks in my hand and shit like that. I ain't drinking right now. I be taking like a couple months off, let my body reset and shit.
No,
That's
good to
what's
take
up.
breaks.
We talked.
Yeah, no,
I
no.
talked to Kane a few weeks back. He was actually supposed to be on. He had like issue where he couldn't. Our time was getting messed up, but he said he gonna be in Atlanta, and we all gonna hook up anyway. So I was
Yeah.
telling him about this studio space that we're working on, and yeah, we're gonna do some building. So we all need to connect.
Yeah. Definitely going down, bro. Appreciate that shit.
All day, all day.
Hit us when you get to the A, fam.
Yes, sir.
Oh yeah, we on, bro. Shit, and I need some good ass soul food when I get to the A.
Of course.
Yeah.
We
Yeah, I
got
know
you. We'll
some
point you
spots.
in the right direction.
Yeah.
I haven't had no Hennessy. It's been a year since I had any Hennessy, so I think I might try to switch back a little bit and get some.
There it is.
You
All
know
right.
what I'm saying? Just turn bucket.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Happy New
You know
Year.
what-
And again, appreciate you coming through, giving us a little bit of insight about what you saw. And I can't wait to hear the new music, too.
All day. Appreciate y'all.
Of course.